It's very hard to answer when you sat at the dinner table and your 9-year-old son says to you, if Granddad's got cancer and you've got cancer, does that mean I'm going to get cancer? Our story starts back in 2013 when, having a walk down on the foreshore in Mandurah, spotted a bike that caught my eye near a local coffee shop. And I'd been a Honda lover my whole life, having motorbikes as a young boy. Took a few minutes to look over this bike, fell in love with it. Kerry fell in love with it as much as I had. And we started going on our little coffee dates and rides around the foreshore and beach runs. And said to Kerry that we should get the bike out and show it off. Googled the next motorbike ride, and a week away was something called the Distinguished Gentleman's Ride, which we hadn't heard of before. And reading into the criteria for the ride, vintage bikes, bobbers, choppers, that sort of thing, right up my alley. Before the ride, we listened to some people talk about prostate cancer and how it had affected them and their families. And it really started to sink in. February of this year, 2020, started getting a few headaches. Decided to get some blood tests with the doctor, and it had stuck in Kerry's mind from the Distinguished Gentleman's Ride about the importance of getting checked. So Kerry quite rightly said to me, get your prostate levels done while you're there. My blood tests come back all good apart from my PSA level. Was through the roof.
Pretty hard sitting in the surgeon's office and having him tell us that, if we hadn't have found it, and with Matt being only 41, there's a good chance that it might not have come up on our radar. But the surgeon told us that if it hadn't been found 10 years, then that would be it.
Up until that point, I guess we've both been so brave.
Yeah.
I like to think of myself as of a survivor of what I was about to go through, and the tattoo started giving me real focus. So came up with the prostate cancer logo, added a mustache and some glasses, which is my tribute to Distinguished Gentleman's Ride and the Movember movement. Prostate cancer is an old man's disease, but 41 years old, I guess I'm proof that it's not anymore. I've since spoken to as many people that I can about what we've been through and how early detection is so important. Unfortunately, it was my dad that came back to me to tell us that he'd been diagnosed. So I guess through all this, not only has that motorbike ride made us aware and eventually saved my life, it's also now given us the knowledge to prolong my dad's life, which is really important and hits home pretty hard.
And so much of that is thanks to what DGR does, the awareness that it brings. How important it is to be on top of your man's health and make sure that they are aware of the fact that they need to be checked is the whole reason I pushed for Matt to go and get his PSAs checked.
I think now more than ever, raising that awareness is so important. We are really looking forward to the 27th of September this year. Even though it won't be the same, 2020 is a completely different year to any other. This year's going to be equally as great. Even though we're riding solo, we're still riding together across the whole world. The reason we're going to ride solo together is that prostate cancer doesn't stop just because of coronavirus, and the need to make people aware of what could happen to them doesn't stop.